So the Sizzle season trailer has finally come out, and I'm here to analyze basically everything within the trailer, everything you possibly missed, everything you didn't see, or everything you probably don't understand. So, hello guys, it's Dude, or that SW2 Dude, here to tell you guys about what's up with Sizzle season. If you do find this helpful, make sure to go ahead and subscribe to the channel and like the video. I know you haven't, so go ahead and do it. And let's get into it, because there's a lot to unpack out of this 2-minute and 11-second trailer to go through. Right, so the first thing that we are greeted with is a completely new map. Now, I mentioned it gives me like Coconut Mall vibes or something like that, but it's basically a very super large mall. Really interesting, really different. I mean, we've kind of had something similar like Mako Mart, but it's not really a mart, it's more like a supermarket. So, you know, a big mall, that's very different. And it's kind of like a thing to show off like different clothing, different maybe like, I guess, like, I don't know if they sell weapons inside a mall, but that could be, I guess I could do that, but it's probably more so to do so with the Splatoon clothing and all that type of stuff. So you can kind of see that in kind of the back. Of course, we're greeted with a new emote. So this is one of the new emotes, probably one of the main ones that you'll finally get in the catalog. This is also a new emote coming from it. And we got the new stage called Barnacle and Dime. This is a completely new stage. This is something that we have not seen from any other Splatoon game in the past, so Splatoon 3 is the first to do it. You have a really interesting layout. Kind of looking at it a little bit, it does not seem like it's gonna be one of the hugest maps. You can see that this is practically the middle area of the map, as you can see from here. And this is basically where we're standing right now is the entire spawn. So it's fairly flat. I think a lot of weapons, much like 96 Deco, longer range weapons are probably gonna be really nice to go around here. There's a lot of cover here, actually, just to mention too. Doesn't seem like there's any flank routes, so I mean, I don't know if this is just the tougher variant of the map, but you know, I'm pretty sure when we get to Splatzone's Tower Control, Rainmaker, Climb Blitz, we're gonna have a bunch of different options there too, or I guess reworks of how this map is so. Yeah, so this is basically the map, as I said, if we just go back a little bit. Yeah, this is the whole middle area of the two. This was the spawn area, this is the middle area, and you know, it's, like I said, there's a lot of options there's a lot of cover for it, so there's no flank routes, which is something I really wish that we had in more Splatoon maps, but it is what it is right now, so. Alright, continuing on. Right, so we have the Painbrush. Now, I don't know about you guys, but this new main weapon, this is the first time we've seen a new brush since Splatoon 1. Finally, we get an absolutely, completely new brush. It looks a lot like the Nautilus with its design, and looking at it a little bit further in, it looks like a brush that it takes a little bit to actually wind up and start running. I don't know if it's a thing where like you can charge up your swipe. I don't know if that's the case, but that's what it looks like it is. It takes a little bit to actually start swiping, but it also seems more or less like a longer range brush, as you can see from how it's hitting from here, because if you're using something like the Octo Brush or the regular ink brush, like your range is not going to reach a character or a player, opponent, however you want to call it, as far as this. So this is very different. This is something that we've not seen to any brush. It kind of reminds me of the Splatana wiper more so than actual brush, but I guess of course you can run with it, so it has to be a brush in that case. So yeah, I mean, that's really interesting. It's not really something that you don't exactly charge up your brush, otherwise it will just be a Splatana wiper at that sense. But yeah, it does have a bit of a slow wind up until you can actually start running with it, so that's really interesting to figure out. And it's kind of cool to see like a longer range brush compared to the Octo Brush. So yeah, the longest range Octo Brush that we now have is now the Painbrush. And to kind of get an idea of how much damage it is doing, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, it might just be a 4-shot swipe. So basically like every other brush, except of course if you're closer up with the Octo Brush, it's 2-shot or 3-shot, somewhere around there. And then of course the ink brush is just 4-shot. So basically a long range swish brush. So really interesting. And I'm pretty sure that's gonna be like super suppressive. Let me like just get another look at like how much it paints. It looks like the paint is actually fairly decent as well. So yeah, very interesting. Now we got this one, which is actually a new blaster. We haven't seen this blaster ever before, and I'm actually surprised that they did a new blaster right now. This is actually really interesting. So the Super Scope, or also known as the S Blaster or the S Blast 92. can kind of already tell that the next variant that this wet blaster is going to have is going to be a different number. But so what is so different about this blaster? So it's actually kind of hard to tell. As you can see, the person jumped twice, and it was basically 2 hit. It was 1 partial and 1 direct, so it was 2 hit after that. But what's also very interesting is its mechanics. So basically, if you're standing, the blaster shot actually goes much farther than actually the blaster, or the initial blaster shot if you're jumping up in the sky or jumping up in the air. So as you can see from there, the trailer's going to show you the different things. So like if you jump, it goes only so far, but if you stand on the ground, it goes twice as far. So really, really interesting mechanics, different to any other blaster. No other blaster does this. So it's going to be like a thing where if you're using this blaster, dealing with stuff that is close range, you actually have to jump. But long range, you have to stand still. So, or not stand still, but you have to be on the ground to get that long range shot going in. So it's actually a really interesting concept. It's like you have to like work around jumping and just walking along the ground. So it's 2 real different ways of actually using a blaster. Really, really interesting to see. I mean, I don't know what the comp or the kit is going to be from it, because I don't think they actually show us kits out of those 2 weapons. So it's actually really interesting to see that they, give us so little. Because from the past trailer, they showed us quite a lot in terms of kits. So, but I guess if we take a little bit of a closer look just to see where the I guess the ink line is with this weapon, it does seem like the ink line from this is well over 60%. It's probably around 70% ink consumption taking out from this. So it must be like a splat bomb or suction bomb, maybe even splash wall. It probably is not going to be burst bomb, probably not going to be point sensor or disruptor or poison toxic mist or angle shooter. It doesn't seem like it's going to be any of those. It seems like it's going to be a lethal bomb. Could even be curling bomb as well. So that's what it's looking like, most likely lethal bomb. Just to also check the paintbrush, it also seems like it does take up a bunch of ink for your sub weapon too. So it looks like this might be also a splat bomb, suction bomb, splash wall, something like that. And definitely not sprinkler either. So just to leave that one out. So just know that these new weapons are getting something like that in terms of its sub weapon, but as for special, it is currently unknown. Alright, so those are the brand new weapons. We are also shown a brand new Salmon Run map that's coming to Splatoon 3. This is something that we have never seen before, once before again. In Salmon Run, this place is called Jammin' Salmon Junction, so really, really cool to see. And then straight away, dude, they just show us, alright, these are the new weapons, or the new, I guess, variants of weapons that are also coming into the game. We got the Tentasaurella Brella, we got the custom dually squelches, we got the light Tetra dualies, we also got the heavy splatling deco, the H3 Nozzle Nose D, and the Rapid Blaster deco, or Pro deco. And of course, moving on, we got the S-Blast 92, the Painbrush, and of course, the Splatana Wiper deco. The Anarchy Splattershot Nova, that goes kind of hard, alright? And then the Big Swig Roller Express. So it seems like they're just like getting the new variants of the new weapons that were already there, already out. And there's going to be a new Splatana Wiper too. So really, really interesting pit choices of weapons. It seems like there are 10 new weapons in total that are going to be released coming into this new season. So really, really cool. Of course, you can tell by the cards. The only thing about the cards, or the things that we can maybe take from the cards, is what sub-weapons that they're going to have. But it does not seem like any of these any of these new weapons or new variants of weapons are actually holding sub-weapons this time around. It doesn't seem like that. Unfortunately, with that, we can't tell what sub and special these weapons are actually going to get. So they've been really sly with that one, so they don't actually leak it, so they can actually like show it as more updates come through. But yeah, really, really interesting to see that none of that has been shown. Yeah, these are the new weapons, 10 new weapons that we're going to get in total. So we move on, the new catalog, get some new clothes, of course, different kinds of stuff coming in through. And we get this, all right. So Humpback Pump Track is a map that was from Splatoon 2, of course, but is now making a return back into Splatoon 3. Some people might be happy about this, some people might be indifferent, some people might not be so happy about this. But for me, personally, I did not mind Humpback Pump Track. Splat Zones was a thing, I'll just have to say. Splat Zones on it was a little bit Booyah Bomb Fest. I wonder if Aerospray Booyah Bomb Fest will actually come back, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, this is a really interesting map. I actually don't mind it that much, so you know, it's nice to see that it comes back. And I don't know if they've made much differences to it, but it seems fairly similar to what it was before. So, but oh my god! All right, this is a new thing. Now, this is the League Battles logo, but it seems like they're reimagining this or just making it a completely new thing. They're calling it challenges on here. So, as you can see from this, literally everybody in the map has a Trizuka. They call this mode Too Many Trizukas. Now, this is really interesting because it seems like it's basically party modes. This is something that Splatoon has never had, but party modes in Splatoon 3 is something that we should have always had. The fact that they're doing party modes just as a regular thing is so sick, all right? So you can have a Trizuka, you know, thing. There's a foggy kind of party mode, so you can play in the fog or something like that. So that's different, and that just opens a completely new aspect of things. An extreme jump battle. Basically, you have like less gravity with your jumping, which is also really interesting. So you're basically just dude, I'm just saying, you guys are gonna have so much fun with this. I think this is amazing. Not just for, I mean, I think that's just amazing just for the casual sense of playing Splatoon. Like, you don't have to play it ranked all the time, and you have to play one mode, and you know, it's not super serious like that. It's just nice that you have a completely new thing, and there's just a bunch of different stuff. This probably isn't even like the only stuff that they're gonna add to this. So, a gravity mode, I'm hyped. I'm super, super hyped for that. So, as far as I'm aware, that is everything from the Sizzle season trailer. That's literally everything. We have everything now. So personally, I hope I explained it well enough for you guys, because there's a whole lot to go through, and I think that's basically it. So let me know in the comment section below, guys, what you think of all the new stuff. Are you excited for particular things? Are there things that are coming into another season that you're still waiting on? And what kits are you interested in seeing from all the new weapons that we also got? And what do you think of the new maps? Literally, just let me know your opinions of everything in the comment section below. Would really appreciate it, and I'll be reading all of them. So yeah, guys, I'm hyped, super, super hyped. Your boy is out of retirement. I've been streaming Tears of the Kingdom for the past 3 days, and you know, it's nice to see that there is a new season that is this hype coming out. So I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I shall see you guys later. Make sure to subscribe. I know you haven't, and make sure to like the video as well. All right, have a good one, guys.